Alright, this is Prinny 2 80% on the hardest difficulty, Hell's Finest. Prinny 2 is a platformer game where you are amount of hit points, but on the hardest mode you are 1. You have 1,000 lives to get through the whole game. There's very simple mechanics, like if you jump, it's like Ghouls and Ghosts, where you will be committed to your jump. So any tricks where I do one jump will always be consistent. The only way to make it tricky is to do double jumps at certain different times. You can double jump in a different direction. You can ground pound. There's one trick coming up. It's one of the few tricks where there's like some variance in the run sometimes, right here. If you click down, normally out of your run, if you click down, you slide like that. And you'll see that blue aura around the Prinny, your character, which means you cannot take damage, so this might don't die. And normally you only do that out of running, but for some reason if you do a double jump out of your run, you can click down on the frame you land to slide. It isn't like a one-frame trick, but the later you click it after landing, the slower and less distance you go. These checkpoints, usually I'd skip checkpoints because I just want to go fast, but they do build up that little meter down there, and you saw me do that Prinny attack. And the thing about that is, it's just the fastest movement to go, and you can jump out of it at the end like a, and it will count as a running jump, so you can't even do the slide after that. It's just, if you can get it easily, it's gonna save time. The mode also increases your damage dealt, and the Kamikaze attack actually doesn't do that much damage, so you'd rather just attack when you're in the mode. Kind of just didn't explain the bosses at all, but there'll be a lot of them. I should mention that this is 80%. I should be doing New Game Plus for the true finish the game as fast as possible rules, which would skip the tutorial, a few you got achievement cutscenes I'll bring up soon, and this little notification that'll pop up on the right side of this room telling me I can save. All of that is skipped. So it probably saves like a minute 50 easily. Not actually that much, but that was the stage select. The first 6 stages you can choose in any order, and they do change. The stages 1 and 2 of a level will look the same, but 2 will have more enemies. Same for 3, 4, 5, 6, but the bosses can be different between 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So to do this route, I just did every single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these 6 levels, and these seem to be the fastest. There's one time where I'll use the spin to have the invincibility. Usually you do not want to be spinning, it's really slow, but right there is a really good point. After a while you get used to letting go of your spin once you can run, but if you do mess up, you obviously lose some time. Try to explain the bosses now with this one here. It was actually pretty difficult for a first boss. Deceptively difficult. You'll see by the boss's health bar, there's 2 skulls for this boss. It varies between bosses. The tutorial boss had 1. That means you have to butt stomp the boss 2 times to stun it. You basically do 0 damage when they are not stunned. The reason I say it's a difficult boss right here is that player that almost killed me right there has probably killed me 40 times at least. You have to basically jump once you can out of that dash, and then if you butt stomp too early, you land right in front of the boss and die. If you butt stomp too late, you'll not be able to stun before the fire kills you. It's pretty small window. One thing I haven't mentioned is another small trick is always be jump attacking bosses, because when you jump attack in this game, you throw projectiles out of your swords, and your swords also do damage themselves, so you just stack both the damages on top of each other. It really helps when bosses are against the wall, so they aren't running out of your range. You don't have to risk it and jump towards them, because if you don't kill them and get unstunned, you'll just be inside them and die. So hopefully you can get the boss against the wall and just jump straight up, but sometimes you do have to risk it. I think I should have tried to put a slide there so you can see that was one of the points where I missed the slide after double dash. You check my controller back to there. And I will miss the goal again later in this run. You have an actually very large hitbox when you're ground pounding, and so is the goal, so you can usually hit it like that. I think I do in this tutorial, but for some reason I just missed it millions of times in this one. This fight had kind of a slip up right here. You have to be aware of which way the enemies are going to bounce depending on where you are hitting them, but this fight is already really slow as I do a 2 stun strat, because I've never been able to mash that guy down in 1. That is the thing too, mashing speed determines how fast you attack, but I've never been able to mash that guy out. There's one of the achievement cutscenes, you usually get 4 to 5. The one you can miss is if you die before beating the 4th level, as there is a no death achievement after 5 levels and it counts as a tutorial. Here is my first death, and you'll see I twitch circle here, but my character just continued walking instead of spinning. You can compare it to this match to life. The thing is, usually you can press and hold the circle before you touch the ground, and you'll instantly start spinning once you touch the ground, because you want to spin as soon as possible on that spot. So apparently that's just one of the areas that never works. I think it's when, I don't know actually, either when you jump to a higher height, when you land on a slope, like, I really need to figure out why it happened. I hit that checkpoint because I was randomly losing a ton of my runs right here. I don't know why, but I just wanted to finish a run.
Gotta be wiser,
These donuts I've never really explained. I don't know if there's any yet. They just instantly fill up your gauge. There you can see I slid out of the Prinny into double jump because it counts as a dash jump if you turn right. And there's me missing the goal again. This boss will look pretty slow, but again, it's really consistent. It's actually a strat from, spoilers, a refight later that I used to do when I had a different route. And I will still do this boss, do the refights. It's just hard to chase down these two bosses. and individually kill them, so this is still pretty fast. Technically one stunning them both. This upcoming fight is one where I have like the potential to mash out a really quick kill, and I kind of did here, but it's really hard. When you go into the break mode, as he says break dude, and you fill up your gauge,
Here we go, dude.
you'll notice it actually does a ton of damage if you watch the live play here. But sometimes you don't get that damage, like if you're in the boss. And I do not know why. Basically, I just go for that quick kill if I get break in the first jump attack or that one slash, which I did get on the one slash, because then it damages them when I do that same strat. But if I miss it, I just have to stun them again. It's not that slow, as you can see, 5 seconds maybe.
Here we go, dude.
This is probably my best stage of this run. I don't think anything went wrong at all. I haven't died at this kamikaze attack here, but it's always really scary because that wolf pup sometimes lives. These rides are really easy. You just hold jump and just keep jumping the highest height. So you can set consistent strategies with them really easily. This is the scariest part though, so I always hit this checkpoint. I just never want to take the risk to go back to the start of the level, well, the halfway point. You need to bounce on that chicken as he's waking up to be enough height to do this strat I just did. If you're too slow, you don't bounce over those red doll girls that are flying out. Here's another boss where mashing and the break damage hitting changes what I do. In this one I actually miss the quick kill. I have to go for the backup of just using the kamikaze hit right before they're unstunned so I don't die. Because right there it just didn't do damage, and if it never does damage there, I just didn't mash fast enough. It's only like 1.2 seconds, so it doesn't matter that much. This stage is actually pretty difficult, and even though it was the fastest on 5th one, it's like a million times I wanted to just not do a 5th. That is the closest jump. There'll be if the boss is really annoying. It's the hardest boss to manipulate. I know we talked about that, but depending on where you are, the boss will always do the same thing. So it's very easy to manipulate boss in this game, besides this next one. There, I slid a little too far and ran into that wall. So I messed up, but oh no, you had to bust up again right there. There aren't many things in this game that are on a global timer, or a timer when you enter the stage, revive from a checkpoint, But these fireballs, and soon we'll see magic carpets, are the exception to that. So this part can get really annoying if you don't do the same exact thing up to this point. You'll get messed up by magic carpet catching you coming up. You can recover with that butt stomp, but it's pretty scary. Okay, this boss, you'll see I purposely walked forward for a while before I jump, and that was the consistent way to manipulate them I found. You want to use the boss fight gimmick as the stun mechanic here, which is these little switches that drop pots, because then you will be low on the ground. You don't have to slowly fall down, and you'll be able to break fast. Then you can set up the next stun by moving far enough away. This is actually almost my fastest boss too, but I just missed right there. This stage's gimmick you'll see really fast. It's actually a pretty hard stage, but this level never changes in length, depending on when you do it. So it saves a ton of time doing this last, or at least fifth. Right here, I need to build up a tiny bit more combo. You can actually avoid that if you don't have to butt stomp that fireball shooter to the left of him. You can barely land past it, like on this one, but it's pretty scary. Here is a big mess up I have, but it isn't too bad. For some reason I just cannot grab onto this ledge. That death would have been really bad, but I was going to hit the next checkpoint. And since the sun shot out the next barrage, I couldn't get my strap for the next part, so I just had to explode yourself, which thankfully is an option. So if you know you have to restart, you can do it right away. These spots where the fireballs are falling are determined based on where you are at the time they put you down, so that is a pretty consistent strat to get past. It isn't just RNG. This boss has a lot of manipulation as well. You'll see me do pretty strange things. Although even stranger, I'll just die here because I'm bad with D-pads. I did it in my last run too. I do not know why. I keep clicking down trying to go right. Kind of annoying, but dying in bosses is the best boss to die because it's a mandatory checkpoint and the death doesn't lose that much time. It's now a fine way to beat time. It is a little difficult to do this boss, but I should not be having this much trouble. This upcoming boss is another one where mashing strats are really good, but you'll see me chicken out right before I can win because I thought I messed up. That was the last achievement cutscene I'll have. It was for getting the rank 1 Prinny. It's just how much score you've built up before dying with that Prinny.
Here we go, dude! What the hell? I can do it, dude!
The reason I thought I messed this up is because I usually get break on the first attack, which lets you use the upgrade damage to beat down that shield really quickly. But right here I actually almost kill him. I just cop out. I don't want to die. It is safer, but it would have been nice to just get that.
Dude!
This is another stage where I'll mess up and have to explode myself. The red mage enemies you'll see flying around with mini versions of them. They're babies. If you kill both their babies, they chase you pretty relentlessly, and they're hard to kill, so I just did not want to deal with it.
Got it, dude!
I'll stand still here for a while because if you jump too early, this firebusher above me actually hits you. And this is kind of stupid. Like every death, but...
Got it, dude!
Right there, I'm not waiting because the thing that seems to trigger is doing the kamikaze attack. Me skipping this checkpoint and everything after this is not how you do this level. I do not know how I did this at all. I thought I was dead and about to reset the run at least 3 times. But once I got here, it's saved.
Right, dude! Watch me, dude!
That was probably the worst stage in this run. There are a lot of deaths to bosses, but like I said, they are not as bad as Dining Stage, where you skip checkpoints. This boss, though, is really bad to die to because I have an extremely slow start. I have seen a video killing this guy in 2 stuns, but I cannot match that fast. If you compare this attempt to that last one, I'll go with the same sound cue of that second danger when I do that jump to dash under him. But the thing is, I stunned the boss too slow first. So the ship in the background is on a different cycle already. Which is a little off. I should just go earlier than the second beat, but I don't know. I also try to keep this boss not red when they're like 40-30%. It's probably 33%. That giant mist that comes as this guy's kind of enraged at that, and it ruins everything. This next stage is the refight stage, and they also have mini versions of every stage, so it is pretty long. Surprisingly, I don't die anywhere. It actually was really good, except to bosses again. And besides one of the deaths, two of them were very avoidable. Also one of the best music in this game.
Here we go, dude! This, dude! Count on break, dude! It's moving time! Count on me, dude!
I guess I haven't mentioned that. I don't know if I do it at all in the run besides starting now. When you have your gauge charged up down there, your spin adds your scarf attack to it, and it will actually stun and damage enemies, including bosses.
Watch me, dude! Here we go, dude!
These bosses are also less health than the normal versions of them, and sometimes you'll see the stuns are different. The stun amount is different than what I had, because sometimes they're based off the fourth boss, the fourth version boss of the level, rather than the sixth, or the sixth rather than the fourth. Coming up.
Break, dude! Watch me, dude!
This refight is based off of... Actually, I think it's the fourth. I was going to say fifth, because I wanted to say I was going to swap it with the third, which I was a few times. We actually start in the middle of that fight. I think it is the fourth, but anyways, this is where I got the strat for the third level boss.
Here we go, dude! I can do it, dude!
This room is the scariest in the level, so I'm glad I finally got it without dying, because it happens way too often. You get a little bit of invincibility right after your butt stomp, and that is how I go through the enemy right there.
Here we go, dude!
This fight is actually easier than the first level, just because you start close enough to the boss where the fire does not kill me ever, at least from the one on the right. If you're in the right position when you do that air attack, you can get it by the one on the left.
Here we go, dude! Count on me, dude!
And since this is the underwater redo, here comes the most annoying boss, which kind of ruined this level, but My strat initially for this boss was just to mash jump. But if you mash jump too much, you get your double jump too early. And if you don't hold X after double jumping, you don't jump high enough to do things. This pattern is actually not what I want. But I did make up the strat to do it. But I held forward my butt stomp there, and apparently butt stomping there, butcher knives, kills you. This is the strat I want to do, but then I messed it up there. Couldn't get break fast enough, and they did different stuff than I'm used to. I really should be exposing myself. This is my old strat. So basically, the first attempt at this fight and this third attempt are my two strats for depending on what they give me, which is just based off when I jump. If you jump once you can, they'll fly all the way over to the left. If you walk forward a tiny bit, they'll fly to the middle, like they do in the 5th level.
Gotta be stronger, dude.
And this next boss also somehow kills me for the first time in my life. Almost twice even, because for some reason I just refused to double jump and I was really greedy. This, compared to the second stage, the normal Sacred Palace boss though, you'll see the difference of their lower HP and a wall after I die.
I'm finished. Here we go, dude. Count on me, dude.
This is another area where I don't have to traumatize the attack normally, but I think I juggled the boss too much. I pulled out my swords too early on the first jump, and it kind of went up above me. And now for another really scary boss in this game. It's kind of out of your control. All you can do is hope in this fight, and it is extremely long. If you die near the end, it's not going to be a good run. I think there's 100 of these Prinnies, yeah. And the best thing you can do is stay in this one spot. If you're a little further to the right, they can fall behind you. But in this spot, that Prinny, for example, that just fell, a lot of Prinnies fall so close to you, you can just die very easily. I was trying this new strat where I can just do my jump attack, but it ended up being slower. I wanted to avoid the jump attack because it actually freezes the game. So it's usually slower. But I wasn't killing the Prinnies that come from the left side screen fast enough, so the new ones won't spawn. Because the jump attack goes way further. As the fight goes on, I'll start going back to the normal jump attacks and you'll see what it normally looks like. Go around now. Also the noisiest fight. Okay, now for the final level. The stage has been doing me trouble for a long time. There's actually a run, I had 5 deaths going into this that I didn't even get a sub 40 time on, because I just keep choking. I did not know.
Here we go, dude.
It did not go that bad this time, and actually shows having backup strats when dealing with these magic carpet timers. See, when I first get to the magic carpet and when I get to it the next time after dying, I'll do something different.
Right, dude.
Which is why I hit that checkpoint, because I know how to deal with this part, which is sometimes difficult, but it really shouldn't be. Normally I go right here, but I hesitated and went left, and I just was blinded. I did not see a fireball. But here's the other strats that I used to always do because I was bad at this level. And they work pretty well. That fireball can clip your head though. So now I'm going right because if I die again, the run's over. I'm not getting that checkpoint. That's the only reason to go left. This next checkpoint I'll get, even though I just said that, but that's just to stop my momentum and set up my next jump. This section with the mushrooms, or ringies, or whatever they call them, has killed me a ton of times though, so that checkpoint isn't that bad to always hit. For some reason when you get break, while you're butt stomping towards them, the damage from break can knock them up into you and kill you. It just feels really bad. Coming up on the before last boss, I actually do not do the normal strategy, but I've choked like this before on him, and was able to come back this time because I knew what happens.
Gotta be stronger, dude.
Basically, I try to manipulate him to appear on the right side. Well, actually there's something kind of. You turn him around there and you actually get enough time to stun him. If he actually doesn't turn around, you mess up. Usually, you carry that guy in front of you, but he went through me, and then he appears on the right. But since I messed up, I had to just figure out he appears on the left. Obviously, it's not that hard of a thing to learn, and was able to just change it up from there. Now for the final boss, it's the only boss I thought mashing really mattered that much.
Got it, dude. What the hell?
You have to break these boxes, hit switches to shoot cannons. Green boxes do little damage, purple boxes do a lot more, and near the end a gold box appears if you're running out of time though. I think once you're supposed to, I've never like just avoided until time ran out. Anyways, I'm leaving that purple box up, or the switch under the purple box up, because as you can see, Etna has a orb in front of her, like that cannon. It actually protects her and makes it so you no damage of the cannons, basically waste the cannons. So this fight is all about routing breaking the cannon box as fast as possible, stomping the switch if it was a green one to change it to purple as soon as possible, and not shooting purple into shields. That's why I waited there, just because you can now mess it up. Now, everything after this isn't the fastest stretch. I messed up. I should have jumped once the beeps came out, so I just did some damage on that purple box there. But the real mess up is this. You want to break this box as fast as possible, hit it, and go to the middle. But I climbed on it, I jumped again, just everything went wrong. So I just ignored it, break the middle. You want to break it now, you should be butt stomping it already. So they don't have a shield up, but this is just safe. And I think it was 8 seconds maybe? Compared to my gold split? I think so. Yeah. but that's it.
All my research, my ambitions, they're all going up in flames!
Holy shit, dude! This place is falling apart! We gotta
I'll
get
probably
out of here!
stop running this for a while at least, because it's been pretty tiring and stressful lately.
Attempted revenge.
It actually took me a lot of time to find time in my schedule to record this with commentary.
You, dude?
And I kind of just want to play some casual games right now. I still haven't finished Xarugas 5, which I recently picked up. I played Mario Odyssey for about 80 hours and finished it across a week. And that's why this is taking so long, because I kind of just said I'll do it anyways. But then I came back and got this sub for it, which I really wanted, and I'm glad I did.
Is it safe?
And then I also want to be ready to play the new Xenoblade on December 1st, which is the main reason I bought a Switch, so probably won't be running this for a while. I might do mini videos where I do boss strats or something. My segmented videos already show stage strats. And this game is actually being played at AGDQ next year, which is surprising to find out. So if anyone is interested in the game, then or now, I'll have some videos to help people get into the game. I still need to do that for Dangerous Patchouli, but maybe I'll do that as well.
Hey, you!
See you later, dude!
Anyways, I'm not gonna be talking for the rest of the video, so thanks for watching.
That's why our salaries and your panties are gone, dude.
Well, it all makes sense now. And it sounds like you taught him a lesson. I can't help it if they went up in flames. So, for all your effort, I'll forgive you all this time.
You're serious, dude?
Mission accomplished, dude! I'm so glad! But our salaries are gone too, right, dude?
Well, we'll just have to keep working hard, dude.
Okay. I'm not that evil. You guys will get a special bonus. It's a 4-day, 3-nights vacation at the hot springs.
Are you serious, dude? I'm so happy. We haven't had a vacation in... I can't even remember.
I'll just use that free coupon I found. Look at them. They're so simple-minded.
I'm back, dude!
Oh, look! The main character got the final strike, dude!
Huh? 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 What's the matter? Did I hear something about a vacation, dude? What is it, dude? Why are you all staring at me? Are you all stunned by my newly found ruggedly good looks, dude?
You! Perverted Prinny!
Wow, dude! Dipping into a hot bath after a long day of hard work is priceless.
Prinny Squad, get your asses over here! It's time for ping pong!
Aye, dude!
Ah, this place is nice, dude.